Toppenish football boosters are selling tickets for the first annual alumni dinner and auction, which will be tomorrow night at the Toppenish Eagles from 5:30 until 10 o'clock at night. It's a steak dinner with all the fixings, $30 a ticket. See Anastasia Sanchez for tickets by the concession stand. And their honored guest tomorrow night will be Fred Anderson, two-time Super Bowl participant, as our guest speaker. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we'll have our starting lineups, and we're going to start tonight with the visiting Tigers, and they are going to be introduced with their defense. They are coached by their head coach, Patrick Mitchell. Defensive end, number 55, Bryce Strickler. Defensive tackle, number 64, Jacob Bartlett. Defensive end, number 68, Brody Furkins. Linebacker, number 11, Calvin Libert. Linebacker, number 54, Owen Fitch. Linebacker, number 9, Tavon Mantis. Linebacker, number 27, Carter Garcia. Safety, number 14, Wyatt Shackelmeyer. Safety, number 2, Landon Almond. Cornerback, number 22, Alex Bellino. Cornerback, number 3, Colton Klinkenberg. And now the starting offense for the home team, our own Wildcats. And they're going to go with, starting with the right tackle, number 59, Adam Garcia. As left guard, number 75, David Underwood. At center, number 57, Sebastian Yepes. And left guard, number 55, Carlos Malgoza. And left tackle, number 51, Ezekiel Ramirez. At tight end tonight, number 5, C.J. Torres. At wide receiver, number 24, Jack Davila. Wide receiver, number 3, Alec Sapien. Wide receiver, number 8, Anthony Cisneros. Running back, number 1, Keanu Zuniga. And at quarterback, number 9, Jason Sanchez. Your officials for this game. Referee tonight, Mr. Salvador Kovar. Sal, you might want to keep your hat. I guess you are. Umpire, Mr. Blake Ward. Head linesman, Mr. Todd Taylor. Line judge, Mr. Craig Ward. And the back judge, Mr. Chester Adams. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not already doing so, would you please stand for the playing of our national anthem tonight, done by the Toppenish High School Band under the direction of Mr. Derek Gore.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live here from Toppenish, Washington on this cold and brisky Friday night. One of the most important games of the entire season about to begin here in a couple of moments for the Wildcats. Losing straight 2 in a row. And now they're looking to break that out of that funk, pick up a win here tonight, and put themselves in better position to be included in this year's brand new inaugural season for the state of Washington and multiple football programs from around the state, all the way down from 1B, well, they play 8-man football, and 2B, 1A, 2A, 3, all the way up to 4A. Some new rules in place, some new allotments in terms of postseason play here this season. And the Wildcats on the cusp with an opportunity to put themselves in a better position to be included in this season, in this year's postseason. Hello, everybody. Again, my name is Antonio Tony D. Dominguez. Alongside with me, the THS Digital Media crew. Well, this game is going to have to be probably one of the most important games of this entire season. And boy, should we have been talking a couple of weeks ago, we would have thought different. But due to a majority of reasons, injuries, among other things, the Wildcats find themselves on a 2-game losing skid. And right now, this is going to be the most important game of the entire season. And that's right. And with the rest of their schedule next week, they'll be traveling over to Othello. That's going to be a very tough game for them. And you certainly do not want to leave your chances to whether you make the postseason or not to winning what is, you're pretty much the underdog, and a very huge underdog at the very least, considering just what everything has happened and that has occurred here these last 4 weeks for the Wildcats in particular. Multiple injuries occurring this past month. Were able to make it to 4-0 before falling to the Sela Vikings a couple of weeks ago. And then last week, Wildcats traveling all the way to Moxie and facing off against an East Valley Red Devil team that was fast, loaded, and ready to go. And they just weren't able to find an opportunity and a way to stop them last week. East Valley Red Devils taking care of business. 40-plus points to 7 points against the Wildcats. So this game is much needed. The Wildcats tonight, it's been over 5 years since the last time they wore the all-maroon uniforms. And they're coming out here for the first time in a while with those uniforms. And boy, oh boy, they're hoping to change things up, as there is a lot riding on the line here tonight. This game is essentially a postseason game. The Wildcats in a multi-way tie in the CWAC for 3rd place. Many happen to believe that the CWAC, if you make it into 3rd place, you're guaranteed to go into the round of 32 and into the postseason here. And again, once again mentioning that the round of 32, first year it's being tried out. First year is being implemented here in the state of Washington at multiple levels. Of course, if you're at the 1A, 2B, 1B levels, teams usually send 12 teams to the playoffs. This time increasing to 24, so plenty of opportunity, and Sebastian Yepes gets it underway. And that kick will be a touchback, as part of the football was able to go over the pylon, so could have been close to a penalty, but That ball is going to come out all the way to the 20-yard line, and that's where their work is going to begin. Wildcats have been dealing with multiple injuries these last few weeks. Took a lot to get a win versus Ellensburg, and then once they met up against Sela, well, too many bodies were hurt in that contest to be able to carry over their starters into the game versus Sela, and then, of course, more injuries occurring during that game. And then versus East Valley, I mean, they are going to be taking a task here tonight. They're going to hope to get some supreme play from some of their players. And immediately, quarterback for the Tigers just running all over the field, all the way to the 40-yard line, and that is not something you want to see if you're a Wildcat fan. Indeed, and it's not, and that just shows the injuries and the amount of starters that are out for the Wildcats here in the second half of the season. It's just unfortunate. A team that has a lot of heart and a lot of spirit, but when you don't have players that are able to contribute, you know, more than likely just because of lack of experience, that's what's going to happen. And there as a handoff to the Ephrata Tiger running back. I mean, Elijah Chavez Marbury on that carry for the Tigers. Gains about 4. Second down and about 6. The Wildcats, they need to be aggressive. They need to believe, and they need to get some confidence early in here. I think it's going to be a delay of game. Wildcats. There's no, some schools have a play clock. Wildcats dealing with some equipment failures, so not able to have the play clock out there as in games past. Well, that's a good opportunity there. The Wildcat defense gets bailed out a little bit, but they gotta focus. They are able to beat this team. They just gotta get everything right. High snap, and now the quarterback going to take it, but met in the backfield and loses about another 3 yards. Going to bring up third down. Well, that's what you like to see from the Wildcat defense. They let a big play happen on the very first one, but now they're collecting their thoughts. They're getting things together. And if they can come out here, what they stop on third down, it's going to be a good success, and they're going to be planting some confidence in that defense for the Wildcats, which is seriously banged up here in this second half of the season. So third down and about 15 yards. See what the Tigers elect to do. They're expecting a pass here, corners matching up. Met in the backfield, and the quarterback running with it. Tavon Mantes tackled there in the backfield. And the Ephrata Tigers, they're going through some injuries themselves, especially at the quarterback position. Caleb Molberg, their starting quarterback, injured, and right now having their backup come in for this game. Ephrata Tigers going to punt this one away, and they're going to get a nice one, and the Wildcats are going to start at about the 14-yard line. Well, one of the issues that's been plaguing the Wildcats on offense here in this pretty much all season is the inconsistency of the offense. Now, they have a more than capable running game. However, in key moments, needing to make a completion through the air, the passing game has been a place for much more than what's for a lot better results at the end of the day. Ball handed off to Zuniga. He gets his first carry of the night. Gains about a yard on that one, and Keanu Zuniga, who was on the tear in the first 4 games of the season. Remember, he has yet to reach the end zone as well, although he is the second leading rusher in the 2A CWAC, which is something you don't see too often. Wildcats known for their great rushers. Sanchez looking for a quick out, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Intended for, looks like it will be, looks like it was Jack Davila on that intended catch. And now it's going to be a 3rd down and long. Yeah, and this is with the Wildcats. I mean, they've just needed to switch it up because at the end of the day, the Ephrata Tigers know that their run game is more than capable of doing some damage. Ball thrown right into the hands of the Ephrata Tiger defender. And he will be brought down inside, and it is called a touchdown. And that's what we're talking about, just that inconsistency on offense. And Jason Sanchez has just been struggling these last couple of games, not able to find his groove. He's thrown multiple turnovers, has found the end zone a couple of times, but those turnovers have been crucial these last few weeks. And the Wildcats right now, they are just not, you can imagine they're not happy down on the field that happened. Let's see if they can recover here, but PAT on the way for the Ephrata Tigers. PAT kick, and that one's low, and it is no good. And they will call that no good. 6-0, first touchdown of the game. Goes to the Ephrata Tigers. We'll take a timeout, be back here, THS Digital Media Network. Welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. After the touchdown there by the defense, Jason Sanchez throwing it right to his defender. And boy, Wildcats, they need to recover quick. Oh, onside kick and not able to get on it. Unbelievable. And the Ephrata Tigers looking to take a strong lead like that. And boy, if you're the Wildcats, this just takes so much out of you. What are you going to do? Special teams not responding, defense. Boy, they have a lot of, I mean, they've done good in their first drive, but now the offense just not able to keep the drive going on their side, give the defensive players a chance at some rest. This game so far in the first 5 minutes or so, boy, you got to be happening that there's a lot of frustration going down between the players and the coaches on that sideline. Let's see if they're able to show something, regroup. And that rush going over to the left side. And that will be good for about another 6-yard gain. Elijah Chavez-Marbury getting carries here early on, runs straight into a defender. Third down and about 3 yards to go. Nice stop there by the defense. The defense did their job in the first series. Good of them, stopping the Ephrata offense, but now it's just, boy, you gotta have a game plan here. You have a running back there. You hope to, I mean, you happen to imagine that's what they're gonna turn to here the rest of the game, because right now, there is just nothing happening through the air. Ball being placed and QB run near the first down marker. Looks like it's going to be a yard short. And fourth down coming up, and looks like the Ephrata Tigers are just going to go for it. Well, yeah, I think the Ephrata Tigers are doing statistically, they're doing the best thing here. You're on this part of the sideline. You're past half field. The offense right now committing a turnover, a pick six on the third play of that drive for the Wildcats. The first one for the Wildcats. I mean, pretty much, if you're able to convert on this, and if you're able to come out this drive with a touchdown, you have done a lot of mental depletion, and you're going to need to expect a lot more from the Wildcats in order to come back in this game, because even if this game continues to be a one-game or even two-game score, it's asking a lot of your players, and we'll see if somebody's able to step up and make a big play here soon. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick one. Be back here, THS Digital Media Network. Fourth down and one, big one, high snap, QB keeper, and he may be just short. And the officials are marking it that way. And another stop for the Wildcat defense. From one of the results we've seen in the last few games in the first half of the season, I think we can officially make this observation. The Wildcat offense at this point and at this juncture of the season is a liability. The Wildcats just not able to move the ball. And when you're not able to move the ball, at least past past the 50-yard line, it is going to be very difficult to win games. And especially when you have some athletes playing both sides of the ball, I mean, you're just asking a lot. Jason Sanchez receiving the snap, quarterback keeper on this one. He's going to make a run for it. And there is a flag coming in immediately. Let's see what that one's all about. Could be in the area of holding. Boy, you got to feel like the Wildcats, they need this one more than anything. And it is going to be against the Wildcats, and that's going to drive them back 10 yards. The offense, they need to find something quick. If you're not able to find something quick right now, this is going to be a very, very tough game for them the rest of the night. It's unfortunate. We need to see some sort of spark. Let's see if one of these Wildcat players can step up and make an explosive play, put some confidence on this Toppenish Wildcat offense. Jason Sanchez back in shotgun. Quick outlet over to Zuniga. And he is stuck in the backfield and not even to get near the line of scrimmage, loses 2 yards. And right now, it seems like the Wildcats, they have not completed a pass beyond the line of scrimmage. Not to mention, one of those passes was a pick six. I mean, you might have to think about limiting the passing plays at this point, because it is putting you in a hole right now. Sanchez stepping back in the pocket. Alex Sapien, it drops it, and the struggles continue. That was right in the hands of Alex Sapien. Jason Sanchez puts it right in his hands. Not able to catch it, and now this Wildcat team in a bad way. Third down and about 16 yards to go. Wow. I don't think a lot of people expected the Wildcats to come out this way here in their first couple of series. Third down, coming up and long. Sanchez, he's just going to have to launch it. He's going to need to make a play and thrown immediately, and that's 2 interceptions in a row. Right now, you might have to consider putting in your reserves. You might need to look at a secondary option at the quarterback position, at least for this game, because right now, this is not going in the favorable direction you need. The Wildcat defense is able to put a good stop on it, but right now, this is just, wow, this is not the start at all that anybody expected, considering this team has only lost 2 games, and this is just, wow. And remind you, some of those games, a couple of those wins coming up against top teams in the league now, Ellensburg Bulldogs and the Prosser Mustangs. Those are some good notable wins, and the fact that this team is struggling at this point is, wow. And right now, first down and 10. Second down and 10 now coming up after that stop there near the line of scrimmage. Now, I guess let's have some better moves. Can the Wildcats get something going? This defense, it's doing its job. The offense, much to be desired. Are they going to be able to pull this around? And there, another rush near the line of scrimmage, third down. I mean, it's amazing this game is 6-0. And this, it almost feels like they should be down by 3 touchdowns just by the way they're playing right now and the plays they're giving up. It's incredible. It's kind of, it happens every once in a while. But right now, we know this team is capable of playing at a good level. They're able to make plays, and right there, almost had it. Having to throw that one away, and too high there. Keanu Zuniga looking to make a play, but what do you do? Fourth down. And once again, the Wildcat defense making a good play. They're stopping them. Only down by 6, but boy, does this game feel like they're down by 21. It's that offense, and I mean, what's going to happen? That ball bouncing, going to be a return, and Alex Sapien's going to let it roll all the way to the 14-yard line. That's where the Wildcat offense will take over. I mean, on offense, we've seen, I mean, if you're this Toppenish Wildcat offense, your rushing game, Keanu Zuniga has been very effective running the ball. And your quarterback's having some struggles right now. You hope he's able to knock out of this funk, but you need to get something consistent going on offense right now. Wildcat defense bailing out the offense at this point. And C.G. Torres getting his first reception of the night, brings it out all the way to the 20-yard line, gains 4 on that reception. And that's good. You need to have short passes. You just need to have something quick and simple. No need to make this complicated. You just need to get something going, or you need to commit to the run game. The run game has been very effective throughout multiple games. Jason Sanchez again, right there, hands it off to Villa, slips through and able to pick up the Wildcats' first set of new downs in this contest. Yeah, with only 3:03 remaining, that took quite a minute. And the Wildcats are going to hope to continue that. Surprisingly, not a single run there before that new first set downs. Sanchez to Zuniga running behind his lineman, and he's able to find himself close to the 45-yard line. He's going to be marked for about 5 on that one. And there you go. When you put it in Keanu Zuniga's hands, he's able to get you the yards that you need. Very rarely does he get stuck in the backfield. Very rarely does he try to go vertical. He just, does he want to go horizontal? He just wants to get the ball past the first down yard marker. Zuniga being fed past the first down marker, hoping to hold on, and he does. Keanu Zuniga there making a case to keep feeding him the ball. And that's what you can do. All of the positive plays right now, Keanu Zuniga has right now gotten the most yards out of your offense. I mean, if you're a coach, do you consider stop with the passes? Let's see what they decide to do. Zuniga receives it once again, but being tripped up in the backfield. He's going to lose 2. I mean, you do got to be able to pass, run those slants, run an occasional go. You want to work the middle of the field, but at this level, sometimes it can be difficult to trust your instincts and trust your reads. Let's see if some adjustments can be made. Wildcats just needed to get something going here. Motion, Jack Davila, Sanchez passing, and that's going to be a penalty. Second one of the night. Wildcats averaging 10 penalties a game. Talk about winning football. It's amazing the Wildcats have won as many games as they have, considering they average 10 penalties a game, close to 70 yards average. And those penalties, regardless, they take a lot of air out of you. Indeed they do. I mean, especially on third downs, critical plays. You want to limit those. Jason Sanchez stepping back to pass, looking sideline, and that's going to be complete. Gains about 3 yards, third down and long coming up. Right now, these passes are going to keep them safe. They're for not very many yards at this point. Where is this running game? That's been the most successful point here tonight. That's what actually gave them a first set of downs, and it's kind of amazing that we're not seeing a little bit more of it. Perhaps a game plan being drawn up here. We'll see what's going on. Only down 6-0, although feels like it should be down 21-0. And whistle and a delay of game called on the Wildcats. Third penalty of the night. Only 7 more penalties, which any Wildcat fans and those of you watching from wherever you're at, I mean, you might be accustomed to. It's just not winning football. You can't have those penalties. Sanchez stepping back once again, being met with some pressure, trying to hang on to it. And lucky he was able to hold on to the football. Fourth down and a punt coming up here to start the second quarter. This is the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. And welcome back here. About to put this one off. CJ Torres back there, the normal starting punter. Wildcats have played around with a couple of different punters last couple games. So CJ Torres gets a good one there. Gets a nice bounce near the 20. Good one from him. CJ Torres. Special teams play there. I mean, he's a great all-around athlete, knows his position, able to do his job in an assignment. It's good from him. When you have a punter like that, you can put this Ephrata team who is offensively struggling against this Ephrata Tiger offense. They're able to shut down that drive like nothing the last couple of drives. So if they continue this, the Wildcats may be able to shift that momentum and that confidence well into their favor. They just got to be able to do it. Let's see what happens. Tigers, bootleg, ball high, caught, and complete for about a 3-yard, 3-yard gain, looks like officially. Second down coming up. It's quite amazing. This Wildcat defense carrying the offense. You're going to have to happen to believe somebody's going to step up on this Wildcat defense. Pick six, fumble recovery, and get it to the house somehow. That might be the first lead of the game if they're able to do that. There in the backfield, Chavez Mabry. Not able to get past the line of scrimmage. Third down coming up. Let's see if the Wildcat defense can do it again. I mean, this will be great. The Wildcat defense has been doing their job all night. Offense, gee, man. I think some folks have an opinion or two about that. Ball kept, quarterback keeper, man in the backfield, and once again, this Wildcat defense able to make a play, shut this drive down. And that's what it is, and if you're the Ephrata Tigers, you got to put this one away. You feel it right now. That momentum is starting to get right back into the middle, if not already there. Somebody's going to step up, make a huge play, and boy, is that going to be setting up for quite an interesting contest here tonight. Punted. Caught in action. Ball on the ground and fumbled. It's special teams error. And right back to the Ephrata Tiger offense. Oh, what a mistake there. That's something you did not want to see. Your defense and special teams was doing all the work. Maybe getting a little bit too crafty. Great opportunity to take one back, but you got to secure that ball. And breathing a new life into the Ephrata Tiger offense. That's officially going to be it, and here we go. 47-yard line. Ball into the hands and tackled near the line of scrimmage. Right now, multiple mistakes, 2 turnovers on offense. Special teams just committed a turnover. 3 turnovers already for the Wildcats in this contest. Once again, this game feels like it's 21-0, but it's only 6-0. I mean, you cannot count all your chickens before they hatch. You never know what's going to happen. Right now, the Tigers just not able to capitalize on the Wildcat mistakes. Ball handed off again, Chalmers Gambi, and ball on the ground again. And this time gonna go right back to the Wildcats. And that's what we were talking about. It was either the defense or the offense, but the way this game was going from the get-go, it looked like the defense was the only thing that's gonna be able to win this game here tonight. The offense, you're gonna have to really, really be conservative, because right now it is just not going anywhere. And in fact, it's putting your defense in a worse position as opposed to if you didn't even do anything at all. That feels A little bit true here, maybe. We'll see. Watching this game here. Davila with the motion. Catching it out of the backfield. Flea Fickler and capped right there. What a great play there, Jack Davila. Carlos Guizar with his first reception of the contest gets him into the red zone for the first time here tonight. I mean, let's be honest, that was a good one. And for it to be the longest passing play and then having come from Jack Davila, who had a great game last week, showing what he's capable of for the first time this season. Great place to get this Wildcat offense going. Sanchez running around, trying to find an open receiver. CJ Torres almost had it. Good defensive coverage there by the Ephrata Tigers. That one batted away by Alex Bellino. Good defense coverage there. And indeed it is, and again, that was a good one. Sanchez just needed a little bit more zip on that. And CJ Torres would have been more than capable of hauling that one in. 2nd down and 10. Sanchez hands it off. Zuniga trying to find a lane, goes to the outside and able to gain a couple. It's kind of surprising that the Wildcats didn't do that in their first outing, but right now, 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and about 8, actually. Sanchez checking his receivers. Keanu Zuniga right to the right side. Sanchez looking, receiving. He's going to take it himself, and he will go out of bounds near the 10-yard line, and that will be short of the 1st down marker. Wildcats are going to elect to take the field goal here on this one. And that's going to be the smart play. You just want to get some points out there. You're down 6-0, 2 field goals at this point. You just have to do it because it just makes the most sense. Why are you going to do anything more than that, considering the offensive struggles you've had? And timeout called out on the field. It's going to be the 2nd one, I believe, by the Tigers. It's in, actually, it was not an official team timeout. It was a official's timeout. Looking like they were trying to communicate, make sure they were in the correct spots. So here we go. CJ Torres, the holder. Yepes, their very consistent kicker, was injured a couple of games here this season. He's going to look to put this one through the uprights. Snap go, hold good, kick up, and it is good. Wildcats cut that lead in half. 6-3 now after that made field goal. Wildcats responding and cutting down. 7:43 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Be back here, THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. Antonio Tony Dominguez alongside the THS Digital Media crew, helping us on this brisky Friday night here in mid-October. Wildcats able to come away with the field goal First time they've gotten points on their offensive drive. Boy, are they looking to have that. And that helps. Not the touchdown you wanted, but you got points on the board now. And you're still only down one possession. The backfield and tackled near the 25-yard line at about the 23. And that's where the Ephrata Tiger offense will take the field. Well, what are the highlights? The highlights, the Wildcat defense. They are legitimately, right now, at this point in time, the heroes of this game. They have not let this Ephrata offense explode in any way. They have limited it only to that first touchdown. And from here on out, nothing but stops when it comes to them. And that's great to hear. And the offenses seem to settle down just a little bit. They still need to be careful, but here we go. First down and 10. Quarterback keeper, ball lateral, but not getting anywhere. Even to the lateral behind, trying to make something special happen there. And that's a nice job by the Wildcats. They all know what their assignments are. Made the tackle, but you still had another defender there. As soon as he saw that pitch, he immediately went to go get his man. And that's a good play there. Again, this top-finish defense, you got to be figuring right now, they are one of the best defenses in the entire state with just the way they're able to respond considering the circumstances. Ball, Chavez Gamby slips out a few, able to make it past the first down marker. And one of the very few explosive plays here in the first half for the Tigers. Chavez Marbury doing everything, turning his legs even when he gets wrapped up, still keeps pushing. And he did a great job of that there, able to get past the chains, pick up another set of first downs. See if the Wildcat defense can regroup, make something happen here. High snap. Chavez Marbury. Maybury gaining a couple on that carry.
Chavez Maybury, ball carrier, gain of 2.
You got to look at this defense the way it's playing. I mean, they are down multiple positions in terms of starters compared to what they had week 1 and week 2. Doing everything correctly. The offense, though, seems to be having some issues, but they've gained some composure. Ball right into the hands of the running back for the Tigers. Cartman on the carry. Third down and 12 yards to go. Third down, I mean, this is huge. I mean, the Wildcats have been able to stop this Ephrata Tigers offense on 3 straight drives. And, well, you know, if you saw the first few minutes of this contest, it almost felt like the Wildcats were destined for a 21-0 score at this point of the game. But the Wildcat defense, they just keep doing their job, and they're keeping this team right on their back, keeping this team in this game. And the offense is just not what you wanted it to be at all. That's correct. 2 turnovers already on the offensive side of the ball. 2 interceptions from Sanchez. He's had a couple of completions since then, but you got to believe his confidence, although it's getting better, it may be still a little shaky. So big third down coming up here for this Wildcat defense. Third down at about 12. The Ephrata Tigers haven't been very effective through the air here tonight so far in the first half. Rolling out, Broad, and that pass will fall incomplete. Fourth down coming up. And that's a good one. Here's one of the things that kind of goes against you sometimes in terms of the numbers of what you want to do. Do you go for it on fourth down? Well, if you're afraid of Tigers, you are in this part of the field, but you know that the Wildcat offense right now is seriously struggling, and they may be one play away from turning the entire tide of this contest. You don't want to risk that. You just want to send this one off. Put your defense out there, let them do their thing, and then hopefully get the ball back into your hands here before the end of this first half. Under 5 minutes remaining here. Wildcat offense is going to go back there. Had a successful drive, coming out with 3 points, field goal. This time at their 39-yard line. They're going to have to work their way up. Have yet to find a consistent from this side of the field. Zuniga gets the carry, finds, bounces it out to the outside, and gains about 5 on that one. And Zuniga, he's been your best player all season. It's kind of interesting that he hasn't received the ball more in his hands this first half. They've only rushed the ball about 5 times. And when the passing game just hasn't been there, it kind of leaves a little bit of a question mark. What is the game plan here tonight? Jason Sanchez stepping back, and that pass will fall short of C.G. Torres, who had a chance to pick up a couple of yards at least, if not the first down. Jason Sanchez just definitely not in his groove here tonight. And indeed that is, and you're going to have to take that into consideration. He has completed a couple of passes now. This is a 3rd down. What are you going to do here? You're going to have to play conservatively, or are you going to try to go for the big play? Sanchez with the snap, quick out, and Sapien with the reception, able to pick up the first down. And that's a good thing to know right there. You hit it towards the sidelines. Jason Sanchez making the correct read. Saw Alex Sapien had a step on his defender. Able to get the first down. See if the Wildcats can continue this trend. Sanchez, quick pass outside. And Cisneros there on the reception. Second down and 10. After that, no gain. Shotgun again. Wildcats making sure they're in position. Sanchez takes the snap. Quick pass outside again. Cisneros breaking through, holding on to the football. Gets tackled at the 28-yard line. And that's a good thing to see there from Jason Sanchez. He's starting to get his confidence back. He just needs to realize there's no need to squeeze anything in. You got to trust where your player is going to be at. You got to have the knowledge and awareness to know where that open screen and that open receiver is going to be. First down and 10. Sanchez again, another one, and miscommunication there. Looks like he was looking for Anthony Cisneros to run a little bit of an out route there at about the 20-yard line. And I believe a couple of those miscommunications in the opening series for the offense for this Wildcat team, that's what cost those turnovers. Right now, he needs to tell his teammates, let's get this together. We know we can do this. Let's find some success out here on the field. Jason Sanchez receives the snap to Zuniga. He's looking to escape, throws the ball, and that will fall incomplete. And he was chased out of the pocket. It was outside the tackle box, so this should not be a intentional grounding play. He was. The ball to the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to discuss this a little bit longer, but it's going to be called intentional grounding. So that's going to get the Wildcats backed up. That was a good play when you look at it from from our perspective. There was just nothing happening there. You weren't going to really pick up anything, and you decided to throw it out of bounds. The only thing you really didn't want on that play was the extra 5-yard penalty on that. The Wildcat offense coming up empty once again. It's been the issue here in this first half. C.J. Torres with another great punt. This one's going to bounce all the way to the 7-yard line. And boy, has C.J. Torres been very effective as the punter here this season. And he does, and you've seen the difference when he was not the starting punter for a couple of games. That kind of limited to a certain degree the how far back they could pin back the other opposing team. And since C.J. Torres has gotten back into that punting position, he's done a very great job. Ball again, quarterback keeper, and met in the backfield again. Barely able to get to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 to go. And that's what the Wildcat defense is. I mean, if you're going to go in there into that locker room, right now, if you're the offense, you're going to have to buy that entire defense a couple of lunches, no doubt. You owe them so much, and the fact that you're still in this game and not down by 3 possessions is really quite incredible. And there's going to be a penalty on that false start. So that's going to send them back 5 yards, I believe. It is not going to be half the distance to the goal. Oh, and this is an opportunity here for the Wildcats. When you have them pinned back this far deep, oh boy. And when they get those 4 pass rushers, their front 4 right up in your grill, if they're able to get in that backfield, it is not looking good. Boy, anything can happen at this part of the field. And if you're the Ephrata Tigers, you just do not want to be here at all where the ball is. You need to get some yards. Otherwise, you're risking some points getting back onto the board for the Wildcats.
2nd down and almost 15 yards.
Wildcats setting up. Going in there. Quarterback keeper. Able to get to a little bit past the original line of scrimmage. A little bit more. Gains about 9. And 3rd down coming up. Wildcats are going to call timeout. Up to stop this Ephrata Tiger offense and perhaps get one more shot on the offensive side of the ball after this. First half, what have we seen here tonight? We've seen a lot of defense, that's for sure. Although I'll say the offense has definitely not done their part of the job here in the first half, making it a lot easier on that Ephrata defense. Perhaps making them look a little bit better than they probably would, but tonight an off night for the Wildcat offense, and they're going to have to find a way to correct that. Get back into the second half. But right now, the Wildcats focused on making a play here on the defensive side of the ball and getting the ball back into the hands of their offense. Hope to convert, get some points. Yeah, even at this point, even if you're going to get a field goal, that is a win. You're tying it up. Defense is doing their job, carrying this team here in the first half. and it's perhaps going to be asked to carry it throughout the rest of the game. And right now, trying to set up third down. Quarterback keeper, man in the backfield, and loses 5 on that one. Fourth down coming up. And that was a great play by the defense. They have been doing spectacular here in the first half. If you want to talk about a championship defense, that is an example of it. Able to hold their own. Gave up a play, but able to make it up on the back end. And here, it looks like the Ephrata Tigers are not going to do very much. Looks like there was a flag. There was a flag on the play. 4th flag on them. Oh, no. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And that will give the Tigers a fresh set of downs. Unbelievable. A minute 50, you're trying to get the ball back into the hands of your offense, and oh boy. If you want to talk about mistakes, that's the first mistake for the defense here tonight. Wow. I think at this point, you just want to make sure you finish this half right now. You should care less about getting the ball back in your hands. Right now, you need to worry about stopping this Ephrata Tiger team who just got a free set of downs due to a penalty. Wow. I think a lot of people are shocked here tonight. Just the way this team is playing, and it's just not going in the direction that they thought it would. Quarterback rollout. More shoot and run. And there was a flag in the backfield regardless. So Wildcats holding call. Looks like it's going to be in the area of holding. And that's going to send the Tigers 10 yards back. It looks like 2 officials catching that. So that will negate that play.
And the holding call against the Tigers, nullifying the play.
And so that's going to set them back 10 yards. It's going to be 10 and about 18 when it's all said and done. That was a great play. And right now, the Ephrata Tiger offense not able to capitalize. Even a fresh set of downs, but now immediately right back onto their own 15-yard line. Chavez, Mayberry. Mayberry gains about 3 yards. It's going to be second down. I mean, let's just talk about the spectacular defense being played by the Wildcats here tonight. They're doing everything they can to keep this team in this game. And they have a lot to talk about once they get into that locker room, especially when you talk about that offense. The offense, very much a lot to be desired. And you got to give credit to this coaching staff, and especially the defensive coordinator, Ivan Macias, for the Wildcats, and making sure that he got his defense fired up, making sure that they have a tough job ahead of them here tonight. And they're going to be called upon to make some good plays and keep this team in it. And that's all they've done here so far here tonight. And you got to give them great credit. I happen to believe they're going to be they are right now one of the best defenses in the league. Fortunately, the offense just hampering that a little bit with their inconsistency. Let's see if they're able to come up with something coming back from halftime. Homecoming tonight, this week, homecoming week for the THS Wildcats as well. Wildcats set up Running again, Chavez Maybury. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 2. Third down coming up. And the Wildcats are going to call another timeout to stop that clock. Third down coming up. Hoping for a chance to get another crack at the end zone, or at least pick up a field goal, try to tie this one up. Let's see what happens. Oh boy, this reminds me such a lot like the CWU versus Texas Permian Basin last week on Saturday. Wildcats losing by 1, missing a critical PAT, and not able to connect on a field goal. Division II college football. Central Wildcats falling short in that one by 1, a score of 14-13. That was their live. Enjoying that contest, and similar tones. Offense is stalling, defense is coming up with great plays, and special teams coming up with some undesired mistakes. Offense as well, and here we are. We're in this game regardless. Big third down. Motion. High snap again. Quarterback. Back down, and that's going to be 4th down, and the ball will be stopped. And that's all you wanted to do. No need to put yourself in any danger. You get to run some clock off at the very least.
4th down and 10.
Tylen Taylor. Actually, he will not go back there. Still 4th down. They're going to go for it, or actually, they're just trying to. I believe they're just going to decide to pick up a penalty here.
Timeout, Ephrata, their final timeout.
And Tigers will call a timeout, stop the clock. Kind of an interesting play there. And that was kind of interesting. I don't know why you would want to do that. I mean, unless you thought your kick is going to go pretty high and hang in the air, maybe hit the ground, get a good bounce, but it's kind of a questionable timeout. That was certainly interesting. You want to run out the rest of the half, but calling a timeout there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, you'll see it here live. Homecoming, the presentation of the Homecoming Princess, and of course the King and Queen, Homecoming 2024 for the Toppenish Wildcats. Glad you're joining us from wherever you may be at. Hey, make sure you're wearing all your alumni stuff. THS. And then also THS Alumni Dinner a week from today. Or excuse me, a week tomorrow. Auction and some good food, good eats. Check into the THS Athletics page or THS Alumni page. It'll have more information for you. 35 seconds left on the clock here in this first half, second quarter. Tigers punting this one away, and it's going to be a short one right at the 40, 29 seconds remaining. Wildcats with a chance at the very least, maybe get a couple of plays, getting in the field goal range at the very least. I happen to believe that's what they're going to be targeting here in this one. And you have to be correct. You don't need to necessarily focus on the end zone solely right now. You're down by 3. If you can tie this up, that's great. You make it a 0-0 game. If you feel like you might have a grand opportunity to get into the end zone, why not go for it? But be mindful. Wildcats, 29 seconds left. You're thinking there's going to be a couple of passes coming his way for Sanchez. Feeling some pressure down Sapien, and he's going to go out of bounds. Minimal gain on that one. It's going to be a little bit more. Second down and about 8. He does gain about a yard on that reception. Right now, I think you just need to get to the middle of the field somewhere. Remember, you're able to get the clock stopped. Ball into the hands and knocked away. Jack Davila playing cornerback on that situation, trying to make sure it didn't end up in an interception. Third down. Jack Davila, he was the one going to run the go route on that side of the field. He had a step, but the safety recognizing that his quarterback needed some help, able to close down on that. And Davila able to just knock that one out. Ball right into the hands, and third interception of the night for Sanchez. Oh boy. 7 seconds remaining, and you would have to happen to believe that this defense will prevent the Tigers from doing anything else. Seven seconds remaining here in this first half. Second quarter, Tigers leading by 3. Wildcats are well within range in this one. But if you watch this game from the beginning, it almost feels like it should be a game that the Wildcats are down multiple possessions. Almost feel like they should be down 21-0. Quarterback running over, and he's gonna throw that one into the ground, out of the pocket. Second down, 2 seconds remaining, and what do you want to do? If you're afraid of Tigers, I think you just got to take a kneel down here. There's no need to risk anything more. What are you going to get? Considering especially this Toppenish Wildcat team knows how to lock up. I don't think you want to risk anything crazy happening before you go into the locker room. There isn't very much time, but you never know. Second down, final seconds. Chavez in the backfield, and that is going to end the first half. Wildcats find themselves in a deficit, down by only 3 in what's been a defensive great game and an offensive nightmare. We're going to take a break, be back. Stay tuned here for homecoming festivities, live here from Toppenish, Washington, inside Wildcat Stadium on Baum Winners Field. This is the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. We'll be back after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Homecoming 2024. Down on the east end of the track, we have our royalty lined up to be marched to the 50-yard line. And first marchers tonight are the freshmen. Freshman Prince. He is Adrian Mora. He's the son of Maria Reyes. He's an ex-coordinated princess, Luciana Lopez. She's the daughter of Jose Luis Lopez and Teresa Cruz. They are the freshman royalty. And next, coming down the track, sophomore royalty. This is Fidel Rodriguez Jr., son of Angelica Pignon. escorting Princess, sophomore Princess, Jimena Diaz, daughter of Ferron and Olga Diaz. Junior royalty, Kevin Castillo Mendoza, son of David Castillo Pacheco and Daphne Mendoza Moreno, and he's escorting the junior princess. J.D. Lopez Mendoza, the daughter of Valdemar and Azucena Lopez. And your senior prince and princess, senior prince Johan Ojeda Aguilar, son of Sonia Patricia Aguilar. And he is escorting the senior princess Alyssa Gonzalez, daughter of Arnulfo and Maria Gonzalez. And senior officer Brad Clark, he's escorting the Duchess Alazinda Ruiz and daughter of Gabriel Rodriguez and Kimberly Gonzalez. And finally, the king and queen. King tonight, Nicholas Diaz, son of Jason and Patty Diaz, escorting the queen, Magali Mendoza, daughter of Hector Mendoza, and Laura Mendoza Moran. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2024 homecoming royalty. How about a big applause for them? Ladies and gentlemen, cheerleaders are going to do a halftime performance. Let me introduce the cheerleaders. Abigail Arredondo, Alexia Navarro, Anahi Gonzalez Cruz, Brianna Bettencourt, Cassandra Ramos Regis, Dalia Santiago, Guadalupe Rodriguez, J.D. Lopez Mendoza, Caroline Ramirez, Carla Huizar, Kimberly Cruz, Corey Marcelli, Elizabeth Jimenez, Lizette, Mora Reyes, Lydia Campos, Noelia Dominguez, Valerie Cervantes Acosta, and Victoria Ruiz. They are cheerleaders.
So sweet, and they're really not that expensive. Specializing
the scoreboard, you're going to see the results of the homecoming mural competition. In fourth place, freshman took fourth place. Sophomore, third place. Juniors, second place, and seniors, first place. Congratulations to all the participants. Masters are selling tickets for the first annual alumni dinner and auction, which will be held tomorrow night at the Toppenish Eagles from 5:30 till 10 o'clock. These tickets are selling for $30 a piece. They include steak dinner with all the trimmings. Please see Anastasia Sanchez for tickets, and she's down by the concession stand. And at tomorrow night's dinner, the featured speaker will be Fred Anderson, alumni from Toppenish who has a couple Super Bowl rings.
And welcome back, folks, here, THS Digital Media Network. Antonio Tonini Dominguez alongside the THS Digital Media crew. Moments away from starting this second half. Both offenses held under 100 yards. Wildcats very limited through their passing. In fact, they have 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions by Jason Sanchez. That is where their troubles are here tonight. On the other side for the Ephrata Tigers, just not able to get very much going. They're gonna have to get on it. Almost another special teams mistake. And the Ephrata Tigers once again trying an onside kick. That's their second one of the night tonight. You can see how badly they want to put this game away. You kind of feel like they have limitations on the offensive side of the ball. They're not sure if they're going to be able to get near the end zone or even, in fact, get to the distance of trying a field goal. So it might be tough sledding for them on the offensive side of the ball, but defensively, they've been doing all right. Wildcat offense has given them a lot of opportunities to come up with some big plays on the Ephrata defensive side of the ball. Wildcats just not able to find their rhythm tonight. One of the big stories, of course, the Wildcats have a great running back in Keanu Zuniga, second in the league in terms of rushing yards here this season. And they've only given him the ball 6 times here tonight. Breaks one there. And right there, and a flag immediately coming back out. That might be holding down field. And that is on the Wildcats. That's going to be a penalty after the play, not before the play. So this is going to be a spot foul. In fact, that is going to take the play back. 10 yards, of course. It's going to be first down and about 9 to go, actually. One of those rare plays. Sanchez hands it off. And Angela Cimentel.
Zuniga, no gain on the play. Second down and 10.
Excuse me, Zuniga there on that carry. Gains about a yard or so. Oh, I have to imagine a lot of explosive discussions for both teams, on whichever side of the ball you're on. Wildcats need to find some sort of success on the offensive side of the ball here in this second half. They're not going to be able to come away with the win if they don't here tonight. Davila gets second reception of the night. Good over about 7 yards. He's going to be a yard short of the first down marker. But the Wildcats here a chance to pick up another fresh set of downs. That's something that they've been struggling with. They had some conversations. What do we need to do? Lining up the box, Zuniga. He's going to get near the first down marker, and he does stretch out enough, and another fresh set of downs coming up for the Wildcats. That's great to see. You want to keep moving this offense. If it's little by little, that's all it takes. You might need to go back and refer to the history books for the Wildcats. Back in 2008, 2009 football season, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That might be the winning opportunity, the winning strategy for this game for them on the offensive side of the ball for the Wildcats. Sanchez in a pistol. Hands off, trying to do a counter play, and he's met in the backfield, loses about 3. Something you didn't want to see. The Wildcats offensive line getting a little late to their blocks. That allows the Ephrata front offensive line, defensive line to just come in there, attack the lanes, find the rusher, bring them down. Second down and about 13 yards looks like. Sanchez stepping back, throws, finds Alex Sapien, and immediately taken down to the ground at the 40-yard line. That's good tackling, but once again, you can see how they are limiting the options right now for Sanchez, giving him short passes near the line of scrimmage, if not behind it. They're just trying to gain his confidence. You want to try to get him into the rhythm to pass the ball. Right now, their formation, more of a pistol. The first half, operating mainly out of the shotgun. Sanchez, the ball, long one, Sapien, and that one is going to be incomplete. And that's going to force a not 3 and out, but a punt regardless. Able to pick up one first set of downs, and now defense, depending on the result of this punt, C.J. Torres back there, one of the better punters here in the CLAC this season, has had some great punts here tonight. Able to pin back returners all the way inside the red zone, of their own red zone, I should say, and let's see what we can do. Low snap, and he barely gets it out of there. It's going to take a friendly 2-yard roll at about the 32-yard line. Some trouble there, but C.J. Torrance able to get a kick. Now punt out of there, and that's going to put the Wildcat defense back onto the field. And you know what? Having them out there might be your best opportunity to get some more points on the board, or at least get you near field goal range or to the red zone. We'll see what they're able to complete, what they're able to do here in this opening defensive drive or offensive drive for the Ephrata Tigers. Wildcats looking to clamp down. First down and 10. 32-yard line, back, quarterback keeper, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage, loses 2.
No gain on the keeper.
And second down at about 12. And the Ephrata Tigers,
Second down and 12.
starting off in similar fashion as the Wildcats, able to get a win against the Prosser Mustangs early in the first game of the season. Picked up some more wins against some teams that are near the bottom of the league here this season, but nonetheless. And Chavez Mabry barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and long coming up. The defensive side of the ball working great, keeping this team in this game. The Wildcats are able to come out with the win here tonight. It's going to be nothing but, in part, because of that defense, and they are playing spectacular. Let's hope they keep playing that way. Let's see what happens. Long pass now. Pass in the backfield, man in it! And brought down near the 20-yard line. Another big loss. And that's going to force the Tigers to punt this one away. Seems like right now, both sides of the ball anemic. The offensive side for the Ephrata Tigers, much to be desired. The Wildcats' offensive side, much to be desired. This is a truly just defensive game. Sloppy on the offense, great on the defense. Something's going to have to break here tonight. Punt is away. It's going to run it back, slips a few tackles. And finally brought down near the 25-yard line. Tylen Taylor needing to get on that ball last minute, and he did. Able to gain at least a few yards on that one, but Wildcats looking for a better starting spot here on the offensive side of the ball. That was a good punt by the Ephrata Tigers. They're able to get themselves out of a deep situation, and they can focus right back and try to attack what is a very anemic top-ish offense right now. Back, Zuniga running through some tackles, getting past the original line of scrimmage, gains about 3. Coming up on midway through the third quarter. We don't know exactly what's going to happen in this contest, but you feel like one big play by either team is going to set the momentum and perhaps the end result of the game. Sanchez second down and about 6. Zuniga once again, he's running through some tackles, keeps going, and gets right at the line to gain. And indeed it is. Officials say it's enough for a first down. And that's what the Wildcats got to keep doing. It's kind of a mystery why the Wildcats keep shifting away from that. That's been their strongest point here tonight on offense, is running the ball, handing it off to what will probably be an all-league running back here this season in Keanu Zuniga.
Zuniga again, Keanu with a 2-yard gain.
Second down and about 8 after that carry. I mean, that's what you got to do. I mean, throw some small passes here. If you want to pass it, you could throw it right now. You just want to get high accurate. You know, you want to get high percentage completions out here. That's what you want to do. Jason Sanchez needs to get some confidence in him. Once again, Zuniga being met at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be third down. Remember, a multi-team tie in the CWAC for 3rd place. This game is ever so important for both teams if they want to stay in the hunt and have a chance at the first ever round of 32 for the 2A state playoffs. Sanchez stepping back, rolling out, trying to pump fake, getting the edge, gets all the way out to the 40-yard line. And the Wildcats, I believe, are going to be forced to punt once again.
Sanchez run out of bounds. About the 41-yard line. 5 yards short of the first.
And the Wildcats only have a limited amount of offensive possessions left. 3:57 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. You need to see some movement on the offensive side of the ball. They only have a field goal, and that was off of a great defensive play from the Wildcats. Their offense has yet to lead them into the red zone. Torres, a punt. He's going to get another one. He's going to get a good roll. Getting all the way to the 18-yard line. Another great punt there from Torres. If there's no way that young man doesn't get all-league punter for the CWAC this season, I'd say you're missing out on something that this young man is consistently doing, putting and pinning the opposing team's offense all the way back near their own end zone. Nothing more you can ask for from a punter. First down and 10, inside their own 20 at about the 18. Motion. And there's going to be a flag immediately on that play. It's going to be, I believe, a false start. It's going to set them back 5 yards. So first down and 15 coming up after that one. First down and 15, and mistakes now by the Ephrata offensive side of the ball. Under center this time. In the shotgun, excuse me. Now back there, quarterback keeper, not able to get to the edge and finally tackled out of bounds. Loses about 1, or actually barely able to get near the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up. Right now, one of these sides of the ball is going to give in. It's either going to be the Toppenish defense or it's going to be the Ephrata offense. Both offensive sides of the ball for the Toppenish Wildcats and the Ephrata Tigers. Not getting the consistency they want on the offensive side of the ball. Not able to run, not able to pass. Rolling out, trying to find an open receiver, and intercepted. And that's going to put the Wildcats right near the red zone. Caught at the 22-yard line. And that was a great play, and we've been saying it since the first half. The only way the Wildcats, I believe, they're going to win this contest it is going to be if their defense shows up and they make some great plays and get some turnovers, especially when they're on this side of the field. Give the Wildcat offense to at least kick a field goal, if not, get the ball into the end zone. So right now, Sanchez, quick throw, caught, and great play there by Davila. Right near the line of gain, and it is going to be another set of downs. And Jack Davila, he's starting to grow into his zone. Last week, putting up over 100 yards on offense. They need to include him in the game plan a lot more. You got to trust that young man. He is capable of making some plays, and especially when nobody else is able to get anything going, go right to him. Suniga this time running and stays upright, gains a couple.
Gain of 1 down to the 11.
Right now, the Wildcats well within field goal range, especially considering they have Sebastian Yepes. He has quite a powerful leg. And the Wildcats are going to call the first timeout here of the half. Something sort of interesting here. We're going to take a quick timeout here. THS Digital Media Network. Wildcats still down by 3. Welcome back after the timeout by the Wildcat offense. Jason Sanchez operating in the pistol. Quick pass over Davila. 1 foot in. Touchdown. Wildcats first touchdown of the night, and it's from Jack Davila as he continues his success. And that's what you want to see. Jason Sanchez going back to somebody like Jack Davila, who last week had a great game. Even though it wasn't the game that the Wildcats wanted to have, Jack Davila kept making plays on the offensive side of the ball. And right now, he's going to be the difference maker should this score hold up. But right now, the ever-important PAT. If they make this one, let's say still a one-possession game, but the way the Ephrata Tiger offense is operating here tonight, it may be difficult to get in the end zone. Pesco, that is blocked. And that's going to keep the contest within one possession and one field goal. That is unfortunate. You really needed that to be good. You really did. Now you're going to have to place even more pressure on your defense. Come up with some good plays. But nonetheless, now you have the lead for the first time in this contest here in the second half. In what is probably the most critical game of the season. And considering if you want to continue your aspirations for postseason play, especially in the new round of 32 for the top 3 divisions in the state of Washington, that's 4A, 3A, and 2A. Top, no matter what, either way, aspiring to be that. So this team ready to kick this one away. But what would be a very important game for the Wildcats here tonight. Epes going to send this one back. He's going to bounce that one. They need to get on that quickly. And there they go, trying to get to the 20-yard line. And so here we go. The defense will get back onto the field. And checking in on some facts here from the THS Digital Media crew. And Phil Aguirre is statistician and local sports authority as well. CWAC this year will get 4 overall seeds into the round of 32. The Wildcats know that they may be on the cusp of being in or out. They don't want to leave it up to chance where do they get in. They want to get this win here tonight and assure themselves an opportunity to get in there. Man in the backfield again and sacked for a loss of 5. And the defense just keeps doing its job. It's not stopping anytime soon. That's what you want to see. Nothing else you can ask for. The only reason the Toppenish offense has gone into the end zone here tonight and gotten any points here tonight is because of them. Right now, oh boy, you better give that defense, a big meal next week. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Close contest. Ball trying to pass, getting out, finds an opportunity, slipping through a couple of tackles and able to get to the original line of scrimmage. Third down coming up.
Gain of about 3 yards.
A lot of good things happening right now, and the momentum you can feel
Third down, 11.
has slowly shifted towards the Wildcats. Many would have felt, especially in the first 6 minutes of the first quarter, that the Wildcats would have been down 21-0. But defensive play and effort tonight, keeping the Wildcats in this contest, and right now they find themselves up by 3.
At the concession stand.
Here in a minute remaining, and the Tigers having to call a timeout. Not having the personnel they wanted out there. 57 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We'll take one as well. This is the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. Welcome back here to THS Digital Media Network after the timeout by the Ephrata Tigers, looking to get this snap off. Third down and 10. They got a man in motion over to the right side. Quarterback taking the step back, launching one, and oh no! Almost intercepted, incomplete, but that would have been a huge play. What a great read there once again by the Toppenish Wildcat defense. Well, what more can you ask from them? They've just been stepping up all night. They've needed to put this team on their back. Their offense not going the way they wanted to, but guess what? Defense, they say, we're here all night, and we are ready for it, and we're going to get you some points one way or another. So back on offense, back on, high punt. That one is way off the mark. Goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line, and the Wildcats once again are going to have great field position. The Wildcats are able to get a score. You're going to have to happen to believe that this game is slowly falling out of range for the Ephrata Tigers. Yeah, and the Wildcats, it's kind of a little bit, I guess, irritating is if they would have made that PAT and if they would have been able to complete the PAT, and should they get into field goal range and complete that one, they would have been up 13-6. But doesn't matter. You need all the points you can get right now. Right now, you're looking to get into the end zone once again. First down and 10. Sanchez stepping back. Finds an open receiver. Finds Zapien, I believe, and he is going to be brought down after a gain about 5, and that is indeed Zapien.
To number 3, Alex Zapian
Sapien has some reliable hands.
at the 26-yard line. That's
Second down and about 6 to go. You want to get into field goal range. At the very least, give yourself an opportunity. Sanchez met immediately with pressure and brought down near the original line of scrimmage. Oh, that's something you did not want to see. That takes you right out of field goal range.
for the Wildcats 9.
And now you're going to have to wait till the fourth quarter to see what you're going to try to do on this third down and long. You don't want to put yourself in a bad position. Let's see what happens after this. Wildcats up by 3, 9-6 over the Ephrata Tigers in an ever so critical game, which should be a playoff game. This is the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. So welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network, third down and 10. Pick up a first down, you put yourself in better position. Let's see what happens. Suniga, Sapien, Sanchez, long ball, Torres, and just too much juice in there. And actually, there's a flag in the backfield, and it is going to be a roughing the quarterback. The Wildcats are bailed out by a critical flag. And that is just something you did not want to see if you're afraid of Tigers. But, of course, Jason Sanchez, the quarterback in that situation, he threw the ball, let the ball go. But the defender for the Ephrata Tigers driving Sanchez right into the ground. And that forces the official to throw a penalty flag, and a fresh set of downs coming up now for them. Ever so critical, and that will automatically put them right into field goal range. But the Wildcats not looking to stay there. They're looking to punch this football right into the end zone. And perhaps, by the way this game is going, seal a win here tonight, because the Ephrata Tiger offense has been struggling all night long. And for the first time here tonight, the offense having some opportunities in the red zone. Sanchez up and caught! Touchdown! Great play there by Tylan Taylor. Tylan Taylor making up for that mistake on special teams earlier. Trying to make a play this time. He runs a great route, able to figure out where he needs to be, keeps a foot in, and most importantly, secures that catch and perhaps secures a win here tonight for the Wildcats. An ever important kick here, actually, much more important than the previous ones. This one will make it a two-possession game. Fake. Torres running, finds it, and almost picked off, but that ball is incomplete. And regardless, after adding up all the points, it is a two-possession game. And that is including a two-point conversion for the Ephrata Tigers. So this game right now in favor of the Wildcats. And by the way their defense is playing, it's going to be very difficult to get 9 points to stay in this contest. And it is, and the Ephrata Tiger offense, they haven't been as effective as they thought they would be here tonight. Their defense doing some good work, but partly in part because the Wildcat offense was just as anemic and multiple turnovers. And boy, the CWAC, it is a conference that is open to anybody, and anybody can beat anybody on any night. Differences in 1A and 2A football. And of course, if you haven't read the local news here by the Yakima Herald, here in the Yakima Valley, the CWAC officially will be allotted 4 teams into the round of 32, as there were suggestions to change that format earlier in the week. And a flag after that. What is going on there on the return? That was stuffed at near the 20. And so right now they're talking it over, and it's going to add an extra 15 yards to that return. Well, the Wildcats, regardless, have a great opportunity. Being leaded by 2 possessions. Their defense is playing spectacular here tonight. And you happen to believe that they might come up with the game-sealing play to put this one away. We never know, and you never know. This is ever so important here as we try to get everything going. First down and 10 from about the 35. Quick pass to the outside, high. Swiniga trying to break down, and he helps there on the tackle, forcing him out of bounds near the 50 at about the 49. Almost directly at midfield. And that gives them another fresh set of downs. They didn't calculate on that. They had a man deep. They had a defender, but he was 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. They need to be accounting for that. You do not want these players just running around in free space. Rolling out, trying to find somebody. Ball and tackled behind the line of scrimmage at the 45-yard line. 44 officially, looks like. 45, actually. This is trying to correct the position. Second down and about 14 yards to go now. This is a critical game here. And you know, there's just a multi-way tie. Wildcats will be doing themselves a lot of favors with the win. Stepping back, trying to find an open receiver, nothing coming, throws it up in the air. And that pass will be completed past midfield at the 41-yard line, and there is a Wildcat defender down on the field. And they're going to check on the status. Looks like it might be a cramp. Wow, and can you blame either team? They are just dealing with multiple injuries across multiple fronts, and a couple of players here in the last few games have stepped up and put some admirable effort and some admirable numbers up. That might be a game of attrition here tonight for the Wildcats. Their depth, not as deep as they would want it. Right now, they're just trying to get the Wildcat defender off the field, and it definitely appears to be a cramp. Especially when you have multiple athletes playing two ways, both on offense and both on defense, and then some even on special teams. Boy, does that use up a lot of energy, and you end up getting really tired, and sometimes your body just does not comply with what you want to do. And getting back up. As they are steadily assisting Wildcat player number 55, Carlos Melgoza, off of the field. Third down and about 5 yards to go. Wildcats hoping for a critical stop here. 9:50 remaining. Pass, double pump, ball thrown right in the hands of the defense. Running it back, Fillon on the way out to the 45-yard line. Miguel Fillon coming up with the Wildcat defense, third turnover of the night. And he forced that one. 4 defenders in the area of the receiver. Ephrata, quarterback, thought he could put it in to that tight window, but not accounting for the 4 defenders right there in the area, and all they had to do was read the quarterback's eyes, and you got to tell me, you got 4 people. Is one of them not taking a peek at the quarterback? You bet they are. And Miguel Fillon making a great play there, giving the Wildcat offense another opportunity on the offensive side of the ball. First down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Sapien gets it a couple of yards past the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up. Here as the clock is slowly ticking down, but Wildcats are all for it. Right now, the Wildcats are playing a little bit more conservatively. Not necessarily looking to hit a deep pass, not really looking to complete some passes in the middle of the field. What they're trying to do is just getting into their playmakers' hands. Let them do something in space. And if anything, give the ball off to Keanu Zuniga. Ball is off, Zuniga. And loses a couple. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Third down and long coming up.
Third down and 10.
Third down and 10. Wildcats see if they're going to play conservatively or if they're going to try to take a shot to pick up a first down. Pressure immediately. Middle of the field, Davila on the catch at about the 48-yard line. And Jack Davila showing he is as reliable as anybody can be. Able to get you those yards. Fourth down and 2 yards. And you're up by 2 possessions. It kind of behooves you to take advantage. It's only 2 yards. You're able to run more clock off. This is not a bad situation. This is not a bad fourth down opportunity here for the Wildcats.
Timeout, Wildcats.
The Wildcats calling a timeout last minute. That's going to be their second timeout of the second half. Well, if we've learned anything from this game, offenses needed a lot of help tonight. And the only score for the Ephrata Tigers tonight, coming on the defensive side of the ball, pick 6 from their defense. Jason Sanchez Not the game he wanted to have here tonight, statistically, but a few minutes away from a win here tonight, should the defense hold. Yeah, that's ever so important, and I think they're more than capable of doing it. 4th down and 2. You're kind of giving it to your offense now to get them over the line, help them burn off at the very least another minute and a half, which in a two-possession game is a lot to overcome. Wildcats, let's see what they intend to do here. And so the Wildcats are going to decide to punt this one away. Keanu Zuniga, backup punter. CJ Torres dealing with some cramping issues, so he's not out here right now at this moment. Tavello in the motion. Low snap. Zuniga. And, oh no. And Zuniga was not able to get the punt off, put his knee on the ground, and that's going to give the Ephrata Tigers great starting field position. Oh, that is something you did not want to see, but right now the long snapper, the last few snaps have been a little bit high, and this one low. Oh boy, special teams right now, are they running out of gas? So right now, Wildcats trying to get the personnel on the field. Long pass. Ball picked off and right back into the hands of the offense. Great play by the defense once again. And boy, you just could not ask more of anything. Lyle Wapshelai, who's been a great player, great contributor throughout this season. He's had already a couple of picks this season. And guess what? That, I believe, is his 3rd one. And boy, he's been a great player to have out there, especially in times like these. So 1st down and 10, and that bails out the Wildcat defense. The offense just need to move this ball. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Doesn't matter how little it moves. You just need to get 10 yards. The outside, Sapien finds some room, getting out to the 30, and will run out of bounds. Picks up enough for a 1st down. Sapien with a lane to run through, and another 1st down. 7 minutes remaining now here. 4th and final quarter. And there are a couple of important games being played, this being one of them. Sela versus East Valley currently played over there as well. Sapien again, running through a couple of defenders, able to gain about 6. And they're showing their complete effort right now. Offensively, they're coming together. And guess what? If you wanted them to come together at any specific moment, this would be one. You just need to move this ball. Don't worry about the end zone at this point in the game. You just need to pick up a 1st down. That's all you have to worry about. 2nd down at about 4 yards. Sanchez to the outside, Alex Sapien, and he has to fall to his knees to catch that one. He's going to lose yardage on that one. So 3rd down and 7 yards. Loss of 4. Didn't want to see that. Right now, Wildcats opportunity. Knocking on the door. 5:33 remaining. Sanchez, step back, long ball, Davila, almost there, falls incomplete, but great shot there. And again, it's a situation where you really can't blame them for taking that opportunity. You want to seal this game away rightfully. Jack Davila, the only person here tonight that's been able to get a touchdown. They're going to hope to continue. Suniga, the punter, as Torres, the starting punter, dealing with cramping issues right now. Suniga, that punt's going to go off. Take a bounce, and boy, that one, healthy one, 20-yard line, and stuffed. Great special teams play there by the Wildcats. Maiwap Shelai on that one. Maiwap Shelai, I mean, he is a very energetic player. He's looking to make those big plays. Hasn't had too many opportunities this season, but when he's out there on the field, especially on the defensive side of the ball, he has a tendency to make things happen. So first down and 10 from the 21-yard line. 5:10 remaining here as the Ephrata Tigers up against the Toppenish defense and also up against the game clock. Quick pass, breaking down, making a tackle. And finally, whistle called, and another set of flags comes out. That's going to be their 7th penalty flag of this contest, I believe. It's unfortunate, and I believe that's going to give a fresh set of downs to the Tigers. Fortunately for the Wildcats, the Tigers have not been able to capitalize offensively on this free yardage and free plays that they have. (15-6), 2-possession game to regain the lead. 5 minutes remaining. First down and 10 from the 43-yard line.
First down, Tigers at their own 37.
37-yard line, and there they go. Long pass, underthrown, and caught at the 35-yard line. The first explosive play through the air for the Ephrata Tigers here tonight, right when they needed it. Oh, and that was critical. It gives them some hope, but this Wildcat defense gets really stout on this side of the field. It's going to take some good work from them. First down, 10, taking it, ball almost intercepted. Great read there by Sanchez. Following the quarterback's eyes, playing safety out there as CJ Torres. Again, he is questionable to return in this contest as he is dealing with some cramping issues. Second down coming up. This defense needs to come up with one more big play to seal this one away. You can feel it. One thing you don't want to do, you don't want to give up a touchdown in this situation. They get a field goal, great. No touchdown. Ball, red, and off the hands of the receiver. No good there. Third down coming up. 4:16 remaining. You're going to have to believe, too, that this is going to be 4-down territory. Let's see what they're able to do. Third down, 10. 15-6. Check into other contests. There we go. Big third down. Big ball. And that will fall incomplete.
Incomplete.
Great positioning there from Keanu Zuniga. And he made sure that his upper half of the body was not in front of the receiver's face. Otherwise, face guarding could have been the call on that one. Smart play there by Zuniga, making sure he didn't pick up an unnecessary personal foul. An unnecessary flag, actually, not a personal foul. Unnecessary flag. Common defensive interference. So 4th down. Trying to get off the field. Fumble, and that is going to end the drive. Wildcats will start at the 49-yard line. And that is not what the Ephrata Tigers wanted to see on that one. Oh, they didn't. But the center all night long for the Ephrata Tigers has been having trouble snapping the ball at the correct location. Multiple snaps throughout this entirety of the game have been rather high, having the quarterback reach up high to get it. And right there, just too much on it, too much mustard, and it cost them there on that 4th down. Wildcats now with an opportunity to put this game away. 1st down, Zuniga running behind his lineman, gains about 3. 2nd down coming up. So Ephrata will now fall out of the tiebreaker. We're expecting the results from the from the East Valley versus Sela game. Whatever the result of that game is, it will have a large, profound effect on the standings here midway through the season. Sanchez, 2nd down, about 7. To Zuniga again, and this time met in the backfield. And he's going to be stopped. Wildcats, just play conservatively. Run it one more time. Get that clock down to 2 minutes. No need to throw anything special. No need to go for it all. Mathematically, this game is yours. You just got to be able to execute here in these final few plays. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one more timeout. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Hey, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event.
Ticket yet. My last time to announce this, but the Top News Football Boosters are selling tickets for tomorrow night's 1st annual alumni dinner and auction. This event will be at the Top of Eagles, as I said, tomorrow night from 5:30 till 10 o'clock. This is a state dinner, and the tickets are $30. Please see Anastasia Sanchez for tickets. And she's down by the concession stand. And again, Fred Anderson, the Super Bowl winning Pittsburgh Steelers, will be a featured speaker.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Checking in on scores from around the league here. 3rd down and about 11. Give those scores to you momentarily. Jason Sanchez dropping back, feeling some pressure. Goes for the long ball. Oh, and just a hair ahead of Jack Davila. And we don't have an exact score for you, but the Prosser Mustangs up against the Othello Huskies. Let's see what the official score is. 26-7. A little under 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. So this league is about to be shaken up. And you happen to believe the last couple of games, for all of these teams, it's going to matter. The Wildcats, should they win this game, the Othello Huskies also dealing with injuries. They have a good shot to perhaps compete and then even win that contest next week next Friday. And boy, is that going to be a big one. And there might be multi-way ties by the time this season is over for the CWAC. And it's going to get pretty interesting. A lot of people are saying this is one of the top leagues in the entire state for 2A. A lot of people give the benefit of the doubt to the West Side teams, but all of these teams are more than capable of competing. Multiple teams with good defenses, multiple teams with good offenses, but second half season struggles and injuries catching up to multiple teams. And guess what? CWAC championship is open for anybody. Ball, oh! Deflection in that one, completed, knocked out at around the 45-yard line, 43 officially. And a new set of downs, but only 2:16 remaining. Oh, people are going to have to start doing some math when you're looking at those standings. Who beat who? Who beat who is, I think, what it's going to come down to. And if there are multiple ties, whether it be for first place, second place, or third place, you might have 6 teams playing in a Kansas City tiebreaker, essentially. We'll see what the result is going to be at the end of the season. Tigers rolling out. Ball caught. Trying to get tackled down. Stays in bounds at about the 38. Give a chance for the chains to reset. This game continues. Remember, both teams with only 1 timeout remaining. Ball passing, and it's going to land incomplete. Minute 29 remaining now. Wow. What has been a season full of surprises in terms of where the standings, the final standings were going to be in preseason, and now you have multiple teams tied. The top team losing tonight, probably a few seconds away from making that official. Anything can happen. Snap low. Looking to capitalize, running. Going to try to go out of bounds and knocked out.
Quarterback keeper ran out of bounds and stopped in a 32-yard.
Minute 20. Wildcats have been doing a great job, but also being bit with the injury bug at this point of the game as well. This defense can bend, but you don't want to break. But the way the clock is going, I don't think there's going to be enough time to make that happen. And there was almost a penalty flag initiated, but the officials decided to pick it back up. Minute 20 remaining. Second down, third down, and about 4. We don't know how much time is left on the clock right now. Ball snapped, pass, and brought down at the 40-yard line, behind the line of scrimmage, loses about 7. Minute plus remaining, and that clock is just not on the Ephrata Tiger side. And indeed it isn't. Boy, after tonight, there's going to be a lot of conversation about what can happen in the CWAC. This league is officially wide open as of tonight. It's going to be anybody's ball game. Somebody's going to have to go on a run to be the top of this league. And remember, this season, 4 teams from the CWAC are guaranteed to go to the round of 32 for the state playoffs. Ball screen underneath, making a play, and right at the line of scrimmage. 20 seconds remaining, and that is going to do it. 21 seconds, and the Wildcats, all they have to do is kneel this one down, and they're going to come out with their most critical win of the season after going on a 2-game losing streak. I mean, this is what you needed to see. They needed a win. They picked it up. Now it's on to next week. You're going to face off against the banged-up Othello Huskies team. That game is up for grabs. Guess what? These next 3 weeks of high school football in the CWAC, they're going to get a lot more interesting. Sanchez kneels it down. And that will be the final play of this contest. Congratulations to the Toppenish Wildcats. Homecoming week. And on this ever important Friday night, pick up a win, 15-6. I mean, give credit to both teams involved, putting up a good fight. The Wildcats at the end, just able to string together a couple of positive drives. Their defense, just exceptional tonight. Nobody can argue that. They're capable of making some big plays. And guess what? Because of those plays, they got themselves a win here tonight. And no doubt about it, they're going to be somebody to look out for here tonight and for the rest of the season. All right, folks, let's take a look at some statistics here for this contest. Only 21 total rushing yards for the Wildcats. Keanu Zuniga getting the majority of the carries with 18, only 13 yards. And then on the other side, well, a couple of catches crucial for the Wildcats. Alex Zapian, 7 catches, 38 yards. Let's see, Cisneros with 1. And of course, Jack Davila, 6 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Jason Sanchez, 18 for 30, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions on the night. They did everything they could and more to get a win here tonight. And boy, did they ever need it here. Let's check on the other side for the Ephrata Tigers. 10 of 17 for only 92 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 3 interceptions in total as the backup came in there momentarily. And then on the rushing, 31 carries, 64 yards, 2.1 yard average, and the Ephrata Tiger offense not able to muster up much here tonight. But nonetheless, the defense coming up big, 3 forced turnovers. Wildcats with the same, but the Wildcat defense able to do so much more damage and able to pick up the win here tonight. All right, let's take a look at some last-minute scores. Grandview over at Quincy, they win 40-15. Prosser over at Othello, they win 28-7, and what will shake up the rest of the CWAC. And then in a non-league matchup, the Zilla Leopards able to defeat the Ellensburg Bulldogs 22-10. Wow, oh wow, is it time for playoff football. Just 3 weeks away, believe it or not. And this win, much needed for the Wildcats. And for the rest of the CWAC, the last 3 games are more than going to count. And whoever wins out, that's who's going to get into the round of 32 here in the inaugural round of 32 postseason here in the state of Washington. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. The next time we're going to be on air is going to be 2 weeks from today. Final home game of the regular season. The Toppenish Wildcats will host a non-conference matchup up against Lakewood coming over from the west side. We'll see what they're able to do here. Lakewood not necessarily having the season they wanted to, but nonetheless hoping to put up a fight here in a couple weeks. We'll see what the result in that game is. And then the results of what the CWAC will be CWAC League Championship and champion wide open. Who's going to come out on top? We got 3 weeks to figure it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here live from Toppenish, Washington. Inside Wildcats Stadium on Bob Winters Field. Wildcats with the win, 15-6 over the Ephrata Tigers. My name is Antonio D. Dominguez, and from me and from everybody on the THS Digital Media crew, have a good night, God bless, and see you out there.